Hi, I'm Mrs. Wyatt, and I teach 3rd grade at Chapel Glen Elementary, and our class has been studying simple machines. Today's lesson is on complex machines, and I would like to introduce our special guest, Mr. Rick Crosslin.
So today we're studying complex machines. We've spent a lot of time learning simple machines like the lever and the wheel and the wedge and the and finally the pulley. You know, it reminds me of a joke. A guy went into the doctor's office like this and said, "Doctor, something's wrong with me." And the doctor fixed him. And when he walked out of the office, he looked like this. Ah, thanks. I feel better now. I thought that was funny. That was a pulley. Okay, but today we're going to put two simple machines together, and we call that a complex machine made up of two machines. And we're going to see someone that's pretty amazing. There was a cartoonist, and his name was Rube Goldberg. And we're going to take a look at one of his cartoons. So this is a cartoon that Rube Goldberg wrote called The Self-Operating Napkin. But I really think it's more of a complex machine. You see, here's how this works. This gentleman is having a bowl of soup, and he gets his mustache filled with soup. And so in order to clean that mustache, he's going to use a complex machine made of a lot of simple machines. It starts like this. Wow. Starts like this. He reaches up with a spoon of soup. That's hooked over here to a lever that turns the lever. It flips the lever and sends the load up to a parrot that eats a cracker. When that parrot eats the cracker, he gets heavier and it flips up this bowl of water. That bowl of water is hooked to a pulley. The pulley goes down, pulls over here, opens a lever, the lid of this box, strikes a match, lights a rocket that shoots up. That rocket is hooked to a wedge, the sharp knife. It cuts that string, which is hooked to a clock that goes and wipes his napkin in his mouth. What a genius. A complex machine of silliness. Okay, here's a different cartoon he made. You have this on your worksheet. And this is a simple alarm clock. So Rube Goldberg says, I don't know how simple this is, but let's check it out. It is a complex machine. Can you identify any simple machines in here? Yeah. Okay, here's how it goes. A, the early bird arrives. He eats a worm. The worm is tied to a string. When he pulls on the worm, there's a lever on the cap pistol. Pop! It bursts the balloon. The balloon falls on the brick, hits a perfume squeezer. It squeezes perfume up to the sponge. The sponge now gets heavy. It's hooked to a pulley. The sponge goes down. It lifts the inclined plane up. The cannonball rolls down, pulls the cork out of the ice water. We got to see a teacher alarm in action. So you have a worksheet that kind of looks like this. This is an empty classroom with a door on it right here, okay? And so what I want you to do is to design a teacher alarm, okay? A teacher alarm. And here's what I want you to do. Hook a string to the door. When the door opens, so that's step one, open door. And there's a couple things I want you to do, 3 things. We're going to draw one. We're going to write the steps. If you want, you can actually turn your classroom into one like you just saw. Or you could get a cardboard box and make a miniature model of one. Maybe use a small Barbie or a little toy soldier, cut a hole in the cardboard box. When you open the door, all this stuff happens. So what can happen? Don't draw this yet. This is one idea. You'll get to make your own. So, for example, we pull a string, and that string is hooked to a pulley, and the pulley comes down here like this, and it's still hooked to another pulley. And when you pull this string, it's going to tip. When you pull the string, it's going to tip a lever. So when you pull it, a cup of marbles will fall. When it pulls the string, the marbles will fall, and they'll roll down a ramp.
An inclined plane.
Then they'll come down an inclined plane. At the bottom, they're going to hit a wheel and axle. That wheel and axle will cause a ball to fall down. That ball is hooked to a wedge. Okay, and this wedge is pointed up. There's my wedge. So it's going to hit a lever. The ball will hit the lever. The wedge will go flying in the air and hit another lever. Okay, and this lever, do you want the teacher to wake up nice or shocking?
Shocking!
Oh, no, let's do it nice.
No.
Okay, you decide. Here's the teacher. She's at her desk and she's so happy, but she's grading papers. I'm going to put a feather right here. A feather that will tickle her nose when this happens. Now, if you want to put ice water, I don't know. That's your deal. So, 1, the door's pulled. It causes across the pulley. There's the pulley. It goes down on the lever. It goes down on an inclined plane. Goes all the way down another inclined plane. It hits a wheel and axle. It drops down onto another lever. The lever flips a wedge. The wedge hits another lever and tickles the teacher's nose. You want to try it?
Yes.
All right. Good luck.
We have one more thing we'd like to say.
A simple machine makes work easier over a long distance.
Smashes his face with ice water and he wakes up. This is a complex machine.
So Mr. Crosslin, we've been working really hard making using a complex machine to make something to help us. We like to come in and take a nap after recess. My kids are always sleeping. So we wanted to make an alarm for when Mr. Coapstick opens the door so that he doesn't catch us.
Mrs. Bottorff, this is very interesting. What do you have going on here?
Well, when Mr. Coapstick opens the door, it's going to pull the rope on the pulley. So this is going to come off, and it's going to hit our dominoes, which we're calling levers, which is going to hit a marble that we don't have set up yet because it's very sensitive, to go down the inclined planes. And then at the end, it's going to hit the soccer ball, and the soccer ball is going to drop and hit the lever, which is going to make the car with the wheel and axle go down the ramp, and it will hit the soccer ball, which will hit the alarm that will wake us up when Mr. Coapstick comes in.
We're on our way to go check on some third graders. We heard they're sleeping and not doing what they're supposed to do. So we're make sure they're on task. Around and sleeping for. Who in this class can please come over and explain what just happened?
The pulley on the door activated a block, and then the block hit the dominoes, and then the dominoes fell down and hit a marble that threw the alligator, and then on a inclined plane, and then threw some blocks, and then it hit on a lever, and then a Hot Wheel car went down, and then it hit the ball, and then it hit the button.
As you can see, a complex machine uses more than two simple machines. And these two classrooms here at Chapel Glen had a blast. And they proved to the principal and the assistant principal that they're always on task with complex machines. Well, you know, I thought they were on task, but it looks like they're now reflecting and a little bit of snoring going on. Okay, so